Not sure how to go about replacing a bushing in a clock plate without an expensive bushing tool? In this video I will show you how to do it manually using a reamer and a pin vise. Right, that's a number 47, and a number 47 takes 3.50mm final size bushing. So we'll jot that down. A number 47 bushing, the final reamer size is 3.50mm. So we'll write that down. There's our data. Number 47 bush, 1.40mm is the diameter of the pivot, and 3.5mm is the width of the hole that we're going to end up with. Alright, so that's one size up with our reamers. So I'll come up one size to start. I'll start with the 2.47mm. Set it into our pin vise. Make sure it's centered. And now we'll start reaming. Same as before, line the reamer into the hole. Check it for 90 degrees all the way around. And spin the reamer around. Check to make sure that we're reaming at 90 degrees all the way around. Spin the plate round in your hand so you can see what you're doing. And using slight pressure on the reamer, keep pushing it towards the plate and spinning it round. Alright, that's the first reamer. Clean that, take it out of the pin vise. The next size up in, and continue reaming out the hole. These reamers are very sharp and they work very efficiently. It doesn't take long to cut a hole, even doing it by hand without a machine. That's two of them. The third one coming up now, 3.47mm, 3/100ths of a millimeter, less than the diameter, the external diameter of the bushing. And that little bit of difference, the pressure on the bushing from the plate in that 3.3mm is what holds it in place. Work your way around the plate, making sure that you're at right angles all the time. And there we go. Once again, align the bushing. Upside down, try it the other way, thank you. That's aligned. Over there nicely. Set up our bench vise again, put our hollow tool in it. And very carefully not to move it, bring the plate over with the bushing on it. Some little taps to get it started. Then check it to make sure that it's going in straight. And then back onto the tool. And then 2 or 3 sharp blows to make sure that the bushing is driven down flat on the plate, which it is. Alright, those away. We'll start broaching out that bush. Now we'll take up the plate, test the pivot in the bush. Yep, doesn't fit in. So we'll very slowly and carefully start to broach out the bushing. We've selected the broach, put it in a pin vise, and centering it at 90 degrees all round. We'll do half a dozen or so turns. And then take the wheel up again and check to see, and it fits in all right. That was good. Well, that didn't take long. Okay, now put the wheel into the plate, put the top plate on again over the top, and I'll put a screw into my screw holding screwdriver and put that into that pillar there to give me a little bit of stability with what I'm doing. Alright, move the pivot around, align it with the bushing, and there we go. It just dropped in, you heard it, but you'll notice it's still a bit tight. So we look at both pivots, one down the bottom here. The arbor, the face of the arbor is sitting on the plate. We turn up to the front plate and we see that there's a gap between the front plate and the face of the arbor. So that bushing needs to be broached out a little bit more. Take the plate up. I think we finished that broach. Yeah, we have, right. Change the broach for the next size up. Put it into the pin vise. Tighten it down. Now we only want 3 or 4 turns here with light pressure because it's just about right but not quite. So we don't want to rush into it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove the broach. I'll put the pivot in, the bushing, and there's a little bit of movement. I think that might be pretty close. Right, we'll test that again. Pivot into the back plate, top plate on. Put a screw into that pillar to hold it. Now we can have a look and see what we got. Move that pivot over. No, it's still a little bit tight. You can see it's not turning, all right? This is seriously a case of slow and steady wins a race. You broach out too much and it's very easy to do. Broaches are very, very sharp and very, very efficient at what they do. You can do a lot of damage in a very short period of time. Now, as our hold that one there, the bushing there, tiny bit more, another 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it out. Line the top plate. Put a screw back into the pillar. And see what we're up to. Okay, put the pivot back into the hole. That looks alright. I'll tighten this screw down here. Give it some more accurate look. And there it goes. Flowing very freely. And virtually no movement in either of those. They've come together very well. And that's how easy it is to use a reamer and a pin vise to do bushing work.